Maybe this video is a part of your research on figuring out what you want to do after you've gotten your commercial rating so that you can begin to earn money as a pilot. I think becoming a CFI is one of the biggest opportunities you have to not only grow your love, but share your love for aviation.
Here's 4 reasons why you should consider building time as a flight instructor. First, it's one of the most accessible jobs that you can find post-commercial pilot's license. Being a flight instructor, as long as you have that rating and you've passed a check ride and you've done a good interview with a company of your choice, then you should theoretically be able to find a job pretty much anywhere in the country due to the accessibility of local airports.
The shortage of pilots is continued. Older pilots are retiring and hiring is increasing across commercial airlines. This leaves a gap, sort of a vacuum for roles as a CFI.
So number 2 is that it's one of the faster ways to build flight time. So as a flight instructor, you're able to do up to 8 hours of flight instruction within a 24-hour period. So if we err on the side of caution, let's say you're doing 6 hours of flight instruction for 6 days a week, that gives you about 1,200 hours within 8 calendar months. That means that you're already nearing your 1,500 hours within 8 months.
It's no secret that your seniority number in the airlines is everything. So the faster you get your 1,500 hours, the faster you can get a good seniority number and start to build up in the system at the airlines.
So number 3, being a flight instructor is going to allow you to meet so many different people. I've personally had students as far as Morocco. And if being in the airlines is part of your personal goal, you're gonna be meeting different people every single day, pretty much until the day you retire. So for that reason alone, I believe that being a flight instructor is gonna prepare you for that kind of environment.
As a CFI, you're gonna be working with all sorts of students who learn in all sorts of different ways. You don't have to learn how to communicate to them in a way that works best for them. This makes you a people person. We had Captain Philip Stromer on one of our podcast episodes, and in this episode, he talked about the day in the life of an airline pilot. And he detailed what it's like and how many people you have to talk to before you even get to the plane that you're flying for the day. And then once you get to that plane, you're likely to be seated with someone on a long flight that you've never met before. Needless to say, people skills are a necessity for this career.
So last but not least, becoming a flight instructor is going to make you become a better pilot. Sure, at the end of the day, my job is to teach my students how to fly. However, on some of those flights, my student might bring up a question that I haven't thought about before, which allows me to then go do my own research, which in turn makes me become a better pilot in the end.
I've heard people say that you don't really know something until you teach it. In fact, when you teach something, you have to be able to explain it. And to be able to explain something, you have to be able to know it deeply. If a student asks you a question, it may be something you haven't thought about before, and you're gonna have to go figure that answer out. What better way to test your knowledge than to be able to share it with new students? And I'm recording.
All right, my name is Nick Bryant, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.